Many thanks to all of you for coming along today to listen to me. I hope you're having a good time today. What I wanted to do is a slight departure, really, from the theme of the conference. The theme of the conference is, as you know, eHealth, with a focus on the E, and I really wanted to look at the A, B, and the C, and the D, whatever that is. But I guess, from my perspective, I wanted to address some of the challenges that I see working with the NHS in making change and embedding processes whereby we can yield some of the benefits that I think are commonly understood to be associated with the sort of technology transformation that we've been looking at today. So what I want to talk about over the next 25 or so minutes is really a bit of an introduction to me, because I think I just want to let you know where I'm coming from. That's quite important. A bit of scene setting in terms of the wider challenge. I want to talk through some of the challenges that I see the NHS is facing. And then I want to look at information management. Now, I represent an information management company. I want to talk to you about what I think that means, and also what I think it means in the context of the NHS and in the context of the challenges that I've just outlined. What I then want to do is just go through some ideas in terms of how the changes that we believe are necessary to transform the NHS can be enabled and supported, and particularly can be supported by organisations like mine and other service providers. What I really want to do is kind of, again, sort of subverting the theme a little bit. I know this is a masterclass. I don't purport to be a master, and I'm certainly not going to tell you how to do things. I'm here to learn as much as anything else. So I've got a question and answer session at the end. I don't have any answers. I'd like this to be a discussion. I'd like, hopefully, to sort of throw up some challenges and engender a little bit of debate. So, by way of an introduction, a little bit about me and what I represent and do. My name's Simon Duddy. I'm the Commercial Director for the Public Sector and Healthcare Division of Iron Mountain UK. Now, Iron Mountain is a global company. It's a US company with global reach, and its aspiration is to become the leading information management services company. Now, that's a very broad aspiration and a very lofty ambition. So hopefully, as we go through this, you'll get a feeling for what I think that means. I'm new into the post. I've only been there about 3 months now, so I'm getting a feel for what my company can do, what we think the field of information management looks like, what it means. So, but that also means that I can't offer you a sales pitch because I don't know enough about my company. So you'd be relieved to hear that. What I can offer, though, is some insight into the NHS, which I take from previous roles, particularly my last role within DHL, where I did focus significantly on the NHS and on healthcare in general. So I worked with a lot of manufacturers and a lot of hospitals in the UK, and looked particularly at ways in which we could improve the way that supply chains were managed. And a lot of that came down to how information was used. And how systems were deployed. And during that period, I got to understand the complexities of the organisation, the challenges, the culture, the realities, if you like, that impacted decisions and impacted the ability of the NHS to embrace some of those changes. So, hopefully some of that insight I can draw out and draw upon in the course of this presentation. I think what I want to really major on are what I think are the real information management challenges, and there are a whole bunch of them, and some of them are external. I think some of them are well documented, and again, I just want to talk through a few of those. There are some clear drivers for change, and again, I'll touch upon those briefly. We don't. I think we're all familiar with key issues and challenges that the NHS is facing at this moment. But particularly, I want to look at some of the internal challenges, some of those realities that will impact the NHS's ability to utilise the information, the rich information that it has, and to deliver the service and the care that it needs to deliver effectively. And that really, to me, is all about the flow of information throughout the organisation, the flow of information throughout the patient pathway, the risk profile, the risk that's associated with information, and the life cycle. It's from inception through to disposal. These, if you like, are the key elements, the key principles of information management as I see it at this moment in time. In the course of the presentation, I'll probably focus more on hospitals and patient records. I think this is an area of clear interest for me, and I think of significant debate at this moment in time, and significant opportunity. And just quickly, just to sort of give you a view of scope, this isn't going to be about my view of clinical activity. I'm not a clinician. I don't purport to know or understand clinical processes. I think I've got a view in terms of what supports the effectiveness of those processes and what supports the delivery of care. I'm also not going to talk about the technology solutions themselves. I'm not going to talk about the big IT programs, the big transformation programs. I'm not going to offer any views or opinions on that. I think, again, the benefits of, for example, some of the care records initiatives, the Connecting for Health initiatives, the Programme for IT, they're documented. We all understand some of the issues around delivering those, some of the concerns around delivering those, and potentially some of the pitfalls that now stand in the way of delivering those in the context of new government coming in and so on. But I don't want to dwell on that too much. So for me, it's all about big questions here. To what extent can the NHS effectively manage information? To what extent can the NHS embrace the change required, and particularly the change required to deliver big technology transformations that are going to maximise the benefit of the information that the NHS holds? And lastly, what are the implications for the future? What do we need to consider in the future as we go forward with effective information management practices? First thing I want to say is that the NHS isn't alone in facing challenges such as these. I think we all understand that information is proliferating, and technology is moving apace. But as it proliferates, it also replicates. We've got a physical dimension and we've got a digital dimension. Sometimes they overlap, sometimes they're exclusive. But particularly within a hospital environment, we have to manage both dimensions. So that management, it becomes automatically a complex affair. And we shouldn't also lose sight of the fact that information is an asset. So this is all about extracting the maximum value and benefit, clinical benefit, from that information.